worth a whole lot. And then the team we have is excellent. I swear they would operate 24 hours on the ground. So it was an amazing trip for us. Um, some of these doctors that we have, these doctors that you see, literally they're American doctors. Some of them are Harvard graduate. Some of them literally from Houston, from Washington D.C. Mohammed Musa, he is a Kaiser Permanente. He is one of the best joint replacement surgeons. He's going to replace actually the knee of my mom. I'm going within 10 days up to California after he's replacing my mom's knee. Dr. Al-Hossi, he is from Houston. He is an arthroscopy individual. Rita, she's from Portugal. So a small story about this young man will make you laugh. So he is my resident. He's my fourth year resident at Nazareth Hospital. And then I had 16 residents sitting down. And I said, who wants to go with me to Gaza? And we were sitting down. And then I said, I'm going to mission for 10 days. Everything's paid. And then one of the guys said, is this safe, Dr. Anand, to go in? And I said, yeah, it's very safe. I'm going to go. We have the blessing of the Israeli Department of Defense up there, all the support. I mean, it's been accomplished, and we already got permission from World Health Organization to go in and then operate. None of them raised up his hand. I literally think that Alex raised up his hand. He was going to go to the bathroom, and I said, okay, you're going. So this young man, who you see, Kadumat, he works in the West Bank, and we train him how to do joint replacement. And we're not only orthopedic surgeons and then foot and ankle guys, we are also anesthesiologists. And Dr. Kadura, he's an anesthesiologist whom I know. Anesthesiologist, Dr. Kadir, he's an anesthesiologist. Dr. Kadir and Dr. Kadura, they are going in April the 1st because the biggest problem right now is lack of doctors and then lack of anesthesiologists to even put these people to sleep. And in Gaza, here's Dr. Alex is here. So these are some of the doctors that we have. The Harvard, Cornell, Washington University, you name it up there, they come from Johns Hopkins University. So our mission for Fajr, as we mentioned, is literally just do a lot of surgery, complicated surgery, teach the locals, and literally teach them on the ground how they can help themselves in the near future. These are some of the journals that we are publishing right now. How to do missions, and then with a high impact, and then with least complication. So now the biggest problem in Gaza is the biggest problem because there are a lot of teams that are going into Gaza, but there's a lot of complication of infections. I know lack of sterility and then all the support, but there is anyone is going in, and then there's a lot of problems. So literally that's why we're buying a lot of this equipment from Egypt. Right now, about 250,000, and we're going to also spend another $100,000 worth of medication before April the 1st. So, majority of our money comes from fundraising. That's exactly what it is. This is some workshop that we have over in Gaza just to train some of this physician exactly what we do. What is our accomplishment is literally just to do 200 plus surgical procedures and literally do the best job and train the locals how to do surgery. This is us in Gaza doing surgery. That's the foot and ankle. This is sports medicine, Dr. Hussein. This Dr. Saleh out there is doing a total knee replacements. This is some of the other pictures that we have. Can we play the video? So this video will tell you exactly how was the mission and what is it all about. As you see, some of these hospitals that you're going to see right now, these are hospitals right now, they're no longer working. Shifa Hospital, Nasser Hospital. The only hospital standing literally is the European hospital.
لو ما عملتش العمليه يوم كان المفروض استنى سنه وثلاث شهور عشان تعمل العمليه. ثلاث شهور. لو اصبحت على المنطقه نعمل اكبر قدر من العمليات حتى تساعد الناس النزيفه.
بعد الفصل الوقت هذا وفرت علينا تقريبا نص سنه.
So he had the accident almost 3 years ago, and he was promised, last year to do a surgery. So the wait time is about 11 months.
بتوجعني هي خمس سنين ست سنين والله هذا يعني اشتغل هذا عمل شيء اسمه الحمد لله يعني ربنا اخيرا وصلنا جينا مستشفى ناصر وصلنا في وقت جاي من برا الله يوفقهم ويسعدهم وبارك الله فيهم.
To accomplish this goal, we are focused on doing two things. We primarily do surgery to come and provide care for those patients that have been on waiting lists for a long time, and to the fact that the numbers have grown over in Mesa. And as a result of that, also we want to train the local capability and expertise with the ministry, with the physicians here who are orthopedic surgeons. This way, this expertise will continue on after relief. We do this through our collaboration with the physicians as well as the Ministry of Health and actually the students who will be the next generation of orthopedic surgeons here in the West End of Medical Schools.
وكما ترون حضرنا معنا هذه الانواع من المفاصل اللي هي ما شاء الله يعني من افضل نوعيه من المفاصل اللي عملنا في غزه. يستحق الخير.
We came on this mission specifically to educate the local surgeons on the advanced techniques of joint replacement surgery. This particular mission is concentrating on complex knee replacements.
Our goal is, we have a lofty goal of transmitting 50 years of knowledge within 5 years.
On the first day, we did 25 surgeries. On the second day, we did 32 surgeries at the 3 hospitals. And today, we're hoping to do a similar number.
الله يعطيهم الصحة وإن شاء الله المزيد منهم يشفع علينا كمان أكثر وأكثر وأكثر.
شكرا لمؤسسة فجر والقائمين عليها. شكرا للسفراء الإنسانية، شكرا اللي حسوا بالشعب الغلبان والناس الفقراء.
ونشكر كثير الوفد الامريكي على جهوده، وان شاء الله دائما هو سباق للاعمال الخيريه.
That's our federal organization.
Here we go.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear.
Thank you so much.
Unexpectedly human.
Jazakallah khair for showing up. I know you could be somewhere else, but literally I can tell you is the people of Gaza right now need us more than ever before. So whatever you can do, we could do, you know, even by spreading the word right now. I mean, around, just letting people out there know that there's dire need for these people in this country. I mean, in Gaza. It's a huge problem, 70,000. And I do not want to show you any gruesome pictures, but luckily the World Health Organization sent us some pictures, even from right now from Egypt. We have some people sitting down with exposed bone in Egypt, and then there's about 2,000 people in Egypt in hospitals, which is cared. I mean, the care for them is bare minimum. Okay, so we want to go in. Right now, our mission is to do a field hospital. So, but we want to do a field hospital. It's going to cost us about $15 million. We have the funding for it, $15 million. Problem is, we do not want to put this field hospital for WHO, America, and the IDF will guarantee us that they're not going to go ahead and then bomb this hospital, because this hospital is going to cost a lot of money. It's about 120, and it could do 5,000 complicated surgeries every single year. Because all the hospitals are damaged. Nasser, Shifa, you name it, you've heard it on TV. The only hospital that stands right now is the European hospital, which is Alex and I were operating on throughout the entire time we were there. So Jazakallah khair, whatever you can do, it will be very appreciated. Thank you so much. And then Ramadan Kareem.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sharif Ahmed. Please help me welcome Honorable Mayor of Upper Darby, Mr. Ad Brang. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me here at this important event. I am just very impressed. Rahul, thank you for the invitation to this event. And I was looking at the flyer and trying to understand the event. And now that I'm really happy I came. It's really a lot of important things and heartbreaking things going on in Gaza. So, you know, if you're human, you're affected by the things going on in the world. You know, it's not pleasant. You know, I was praying for peace all over the world. And we have a lot of diversity in Upper Darby. Over 100 languages are spoken in Upper Darby. So we have every nationality. So we're all bound. We're all, you know, I think we all want the same things ultimately, no matter what nationality you are. We all want safe housing. We all want safe schools. We want our kids to grow up safely, and we want to live in communities where we get along. So I think that should be the model for the entire world. And unfortunately, that's not the case. So my heart goes out to those that are affected and being killed and injured by the things that they have nothing to do with all over the world. I mean, you know, it's just heartbreaking, but I'm encouraged. So I'm an eternal optimist. So I'm encouraged by what I've seen here today. I'm encouraged by what I've learned here today about the things that are going on, about people that are directly impacted and helping save lives. So doctors are here. So you're not just talking about something that's far away. You are the exact people that go over and do those things. So I admire that. You know, I'm impressed by that. And I'm happy to be here
doing everything in my power and raise awareness at events like this, and then raise awareness all over the township because again, I think we're more alike than we are different, right? They have children over there, right? They have families over there. We have families here. So we want to try to do better. And we want to help those who can't help themselves right now. I think that's very important. So thank you, Ramadan, for all of those who celebrate. So thank you. And I will continue to support in any kind of way. Please keep me abreast of your efforts. I found the video that you showed on YouTube already, and I'll bookmark it so I can watch it again and get smarter. I think I need to be a lifelong student, so I want to get educated about the things that I need to know about. Everybody needs to know about, because these are the things that doesn't matter if it's in a different place. We all are affected by that, right? We're all human. Our humanity is affected. If innocent people are being killed, no matter what part of the world they're in. So we're affected by that. I'm affected by that, and it hurts me. So I need to get smarter. I need to be supportive in any way that I can, whether it's financially. I need to be more supportive as best I can. It's certainly in my role as mayor. So I take that role very seriously. So please keep me abreast of your efforts. And please let me know what I can do from my platform, from my position in that role. Please let me know. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you, and he's a great mentor as well, by the way. He's the school board president here in Upper Darby School District. With that, I'm going to ask another hero of ours, Reverend Nate. Where you going? Come now, Council, Man at Large from the City of Philadelphia. Nate.
As Rafael mentioned, my name is Nicholas O'Rourke. I serve as councilman at large in the city of Philadelphia. So not exactly Upper Darby, but certainly we are neighbors. And my reasoning being here is I find myself to be kindred with you all. Honored to be able to come another year to be in the community during the month of Ramadan. Hoping that it's been a wonderful fasting experience so far. To be here this year with you all in light of all that has transpired, and we've already looked at on a number of occasions, which is the active genocidal action being taken in the land of Gaza. And those, so many who are losing their lives, really being slaughtered as a result of our own tax dollars. And so recognizing that, we may be over here and that's happening over there, the reality is the monies that are coming from this particular government in this country are helping to fuel that and continue doing that at the same time. And that should crush all of us. And I know many of us here are affected by that. And so it is absolutely essential and important to be reminded of the fact that these are human beings. These are persons with lives and family. Many of you know them. Many of you have family that are there. And so it's so important for us to be together in community so as to give voice to these things, to make sure that no one pretends to not know what's going on all of our television, laptop, phone screens, wherever you might be, so that we can continue to raise awareness to materially change that situation over there. I do believe that organizing does work. Giving voice to these issues does work. We have seen far too late, though, but we have seen movement at the highest office of the land. We have been graced by the Honorable Mary Scanlon, who's been here as well, obviously in that Congress, who has been courageous enough to be there. And so we must continue to keep that up. Even while we're witnessing what we're witnessing, the more that we speak to it, speak out about it, the more I believe they can continue to move the needle and see peace finally in that region and salvation of life as well. So again, thank you for letting me be with you in community. I continue to stand with you in solidarity as we resist what's happening, and also look forward to breaking fast with you. I was actually have to leave out because I can't break today. I have somewhere to be at 7 o'clock, but I do look forward to breaking with you at some point down in the future. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming, joining us today. Without taking too much of your time, I want to ask Brother Akbar to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I just wanted to reflect a little bit about the time in which we're sitting and recognize that this is the month of Ramadan, the holiest month for Muslims all across the country and all across the world. And that includes Muslims in Gaza right now. It's also a time when the Quran was revealed, a time that changed the trajectory of history and this world, where God came down and told us about how we deal with community and how we deal with humanity. There's a time of, for me, a time of reflection and a time of prayer and a time of thankfulness. And I think about that sometimes, and obviously we're all reflecting on what's happening. And sometimes I think about and I reflect on, especially right around now, about those who could not be here with us. I think about my father who couldn't be here with us. I think about the 30,000 people in Gaza who are no longer with us. I think about the humanity of those people who have left us and the humanity of those people who are still struggling and trying to think through what to do next. And you all here have heard about one thing that we can all do together to support an organization who's headed to Gaza to protect and serve in the best way that they can. And Fudger Scientific, we've all heard it. And again, you know, there's a bunch of politicians sitting in this room. There's nothing political about the work that they're doing. There's nothing Democratic or Republican about the work they're doing. They've been green-lighted by the Israeli government, by IDF, by America to go out there and help those folks who have been injured. So the second part of the of my reflection on Ramadan is about community, the community that we're all together, coming together, which is the essence of Ramadan in a way, but also about the community that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to build together. In the Quran, in Surah Al-Imran, God says, "Verily, we have created a community of you, the Ummah," which means community in Arabic, to come together to do what is right and forbid what is wrong. Fudger Scientific is headed to Gaza to do what is right. And all of us sitting together should be working towards helping support the work that they're doing. And I think about the last element of Ramadan as I think about the three pillars for me, which is about the pillar of generosity. And you're all here sitting together thinking about the pillar of generosity. I just wanted to remind you that while you're here to eat some really good food and share in the community people and to reflect on the great work that Fudger Scientific is about to do, there's also an element of generosity that is required of each of you as you sit here today. Not just an obligation, not just something do good, it is required. I think of the story of Abu Talha, and who was a Sahaba of the Prophet. And you think about the garden of Abu Talha. And I don't know how many of you know this story, I imagine most of you do, but Abu Talha had some of the most beautiful gardens back in the day. And he was one of the first 12 Sahabas to join the Prophet. And he kept asking the Prophet over and over again, how do I get my entrance into Jannah? And one of these evenings, when he asked this question, a verse was revealed in the Quran, which is that in order to be the most pious of human beings, you have to give from what it is that you love. Not just give. Not just give your $10, not just give your $20, but give from what it is that you love. So, as we all sit together, everybody has that piece of paper in front of you. There's a little code, barcode in front of you. Take out that phone. I'm watching. Scan that code and give from what it is that you love. It is not only a request from me, not only something that we need in order to do what is right, it is something that is an obligatory request from God and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I hope you will all sit here and do the right thing, support our brothers and sisters, support Fudger Scientific as they go out to do the good work that we all wish we could do, but we cannot because we're sitting here in our protected spaces. So I wish them best of luck. Please, everybody, grab your piece of paper, scan that code, and donate generously. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Now we have I think we still have we still got 25 more minutes till left or so. The good thing is we have our good friend, school board director, Damian. I'm gonna bring Mike to him. Damian is a big supporter of Palestinian cause. Damian.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Damian Christopher Warsavage. I currently serve as one of your 9 elected school board members here in the Upper Darby School District. I was initially blessed to be elected by this community in 2019 and then was reelected again in 2023. And being a member of this community here in Upper Darby, especially in an elected position, requires you to have an open mind and an open heart to different perspectives, different ways of being, different ways of looking at situations and finding solutions, even if you're working with people that you may or may not normally get along with, depending on the area or the discussions that you find yourself having. So I don't want to be up here too long or run at the mouth, but I want to let you know that as a school board member, there are always resources that your school district is ready to give to students and families in need. So if you find yourself someone who needs help in navigating any of those resources that might be available, or if you have a student who might be in need of, say, mental health resources, or if they were interested in knowing how, for example, they can take proper time off to celebrate their cultural and religious holidays, you can always go to upperdarbysd.org, or if you would like to reach out to yours truly, so I can pass that message along to the rest of our friends on your school board, my email address is dwarsavage@upperdarbysd.org. Thanks once again, guys, for coming out this evening and for having me among you. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, so even though Brother Rabil knows him much longer than I do, Brother Rabil asked me to introduce Dr. Kelly. Dr. John Kelly IV, is that the case, sir? Yeah. So Dr. Kelly is an orthopedic surgeon. He comes from the medical field himself. He has operated on Rabil, so that's one sort of thing that we know. But Dr. Kelly has been gracing MAI gatherings with his humor and as a stand-up comedian. So multiple hats, and we're always honored to have you, Dr. Kelly, with us. Thank you so much. Floor is yours.
Shukran. Thank you all, and it's good to see my good friend Ali. We'll get to him in a minute. But I just want to thank Rabiul, who is always looking for good causes. This guy knows more people than the Pope. Let's hear it for Rabiul Chowdhury. And have you been to his house lately? His house has like so many rooms. If you want to call the bedroom from the dining room, you have to dial 1. Now, I think Rabiul, how old is he? 28, 29? You know where I lived when I was 29? The YMCA. So this guy is unbelievable. Rabiul, this is a tough crowd tonight, I can see that. But you're gonna have a wonderful feast tonight. This is the best food I've ever had since reform school. And I'm used to hospital food like Ali. And hospital food is fit for a king. Come here, king. And Sakina, you know, I'm a terrible cook. One of my patients this night, did you settle the lawsuit yet? Or did we settle? I'm such a bad cook. The other day, I burnt the stove. It takes me an hour to make minute rice. And in my house, we pray after we eat. That's how bad it is. So my name is John D. Kelly IV, and I just had a 5th. And I'm half Irish, half Lebanese. So I get all the causes. I've been to the Holy Land. I get it. So I was taught when I was a kid, at the end of the rainbow was a pot of hummus. And I love going to family functions because all my Irish cousins are drinking the booze, and my Lebanese ones are selling it. But I think I'm a little more Irish. In fact, I'm so Irish, my first breath was a .2. I get better on it. I get better. Anyway, but the Irish have a rich tradition of innovation. In fact, we invented the toilet seat. And 4 years later, a Palestinian put a hole in it. But anyway, so I was raised, by the way, Ali's a wonderful surgeon. He tells me he only uses Irish cadavers for his surgeries because the cadavers are soaked in alcohol and they never get infected. Am I right, Ali? Never get infected. So I was raised by the nuns. I was raised Catholic. I have a PhD in guilt. I'm so guilt-ridden. Last week I did jury duty. I spent the whole week convincing the jurors that I did it. It's me. It's me. I was raised by the nuns, the Franciscans. I had Sister Mike Tyson, first grade, Sister Rocky Marciano, second grade. And back in the 60s, time out was when you were out cold. True story. So my nun, Sister Mike Tyson, would put my finger in the socket and tell me I was grounded. Hey, don't laugh. She was current, wasn't she? My parents would say, show me your marks. I'd say, here. You see, I had something called ADHD. That's called attention deficit. That's a great shirt you have. Oh my gosh. I got a lot of issues. You know, Ali knows this. What's the most commonly used word in my household? Probably all. Ear. 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 It's good to see Ali here, man. He's a wonderful, talented surgeon. Did you know about the 2-foot and ankle surgeons in the same city? They were arch rivals. Get it? They were arch rivals. Oh my gosh, what a tough crowd this is. So he told me, he saw me as a patient. He said I had Ted's plainness. I'm not me. I said, that's good because my wife's bow-legged, and together we spell ox. He told me to get some odor eaters for my fungus. I lost 10 pounds, Ali. Thank you very much. Look at that. But I'm getting older now, and you know, it's great seeing this crowd as I get older. Causes, I love causes. I won't say my age, but I was a waiter at the Last Supper. And my social security number is 6. In fact, when I was a kid, the Dead Sea was still sick. It was. And, you know, my memory's better than Joe Biden, you know. Poor Joe, it's a true story. He asked Jill last week, Jill, how old am I? You're 81, Joe. How do you know that, Jill? Joe, you told me yesterday. He tried to fix it up with his sister-in-law. It's a true story. But it didn't work out too well because he forgot her name. Hi, John, I want you to me. Anyway. And Trump, he's no spring chicken, huh? We're going to win big. We're tired of winning. There's some bad people. Well, I don't care who's going to win this election. I do care, but whoever's going to win better fix this inflation. Because do you know how many unnecessary surgeries I had to do to fill up my gas tank last week? You know, I mean, this is terrible. I had to finance my tattoo. And people think that around me, I'm getting so old, and they say, are you still operating? Do you get that one, Ali? Oh, yeah. They wheeled me in. They put the defibrillator on, wake me up, and use the robot, okay? But my wife says, I got an idea. Why don't you start doing some jigsaw puzzles? That's okay. So yeah, I did a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm high-five myself. I'm saying to myself, 28 days. She goes, what's the big deal? I said, I just did a jigsaw puzzle in 28 days. She said, what's the big deal? I said, the box says 2 to 4 years. But anyway, I'm all about causes, and I've dedicated my life to Allah to do good. Because it's not about me, it's about Allah. And I'll give you an idea. Last week I was in the office. I said, I'm going to give $100 for poor person I see. So I walked out to my office. I gave up $100. I said, Godspeed. The next day, the same person knocks my office door. He gives me $1,000. I said, what's this? He goes, Godspeed came in, be a 10 to 1. Anyway, I just want to thank Lazina, who gives me all the recreational drugs I need. Lazina, it's true that Viagra prevents Alzheimer's, doesn't it? That's what they say. Well, I took Viagra the other day, and I must have not swallowed it, because I woke up with a stiff neck, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, I've been to the Holy Land. I'm Lebanese descent and also Irish, which is full of passion. And I hate injustice. I absolutely abhor injustice. So I don't think it's a political rally, but I understand. My niece spent 6 months in the Middle East. I understand the issues. I am here for your cause. I understand. I had a professor in college. I was like Edward Said. He was one of my professors in college. So back in the 70s, I understood the Palestinian plight. And there's one thing that Allah does not want is injustice. God, Allah is the God of justice. And I couldn't be more honored to be here to support this cause. God loves everyone. And what's happening right now is an injustice. I want to thank my friend Raphael, who also supports man, and let's give Ali, who is living the call. And let's and church to the place. Seven nine. Seven nine.